everybody, Gary here with Guitar Tricks, and in this video I want to give you a few quick tips to getting great country guitar tone from your amp, from your guitar, the pedals, just a few of the specific ingredients that you need to really dial it in. Before we get into it, please go ahead and click subscribe so that you get all of the latest and greatest content from Guitar Tricks. And if you want to be notified of any new lesson, be sure to tap the bell and let us know in the comments what you'd like to see in future lessons. That's where we're always looking for ideas. Also, if you want to learn more on this topic, we've put together a few relevant lessons at guitartricks.com/country amp tone. And also on the website, there's a step-by-step course on country guitar, blues guitar, rock guitar, guitar fundamentals. There's a library of high-quality song lessons, many in the country genre, and so much more. All right, let's get into the lesson. So country guitar, we often think of that twang, right? It's very bright. It cuts through the mix. We've got that chicken picking thing going on. It's very clean. And if there is some overdrive, it's very light, right? We're not using heavy distortion or anything like that. So right now I've got my 2-Rock Classic Reverb Signature. And basically it's just built off the platform of like a blackface Fender amp. So basic Fender amp, any amp with a good clean tone is going to be great because that's all we really need to start with is a good clean tone. So the way I've got mine dialed in is just basically everything in the middle, treble, middle, bass is in the middle. And that's really it. And I just have a little bit of reverb. I don't need much reverb because we want to hear all those notes really clearly. Too much reverb and they're going to get washed out. Certain songs we might want to up that reverb, but for our basic country tone, I just got that reverb just a little bit, like 20% out of 100. Just a little bit to take the edge off, give it a little bit of dimension. And then what you're going to want is a guitar with single coil pickups. Obviously, a Telecaster is the most famous country electric guitar. I've got a Stratocaster, very similar single coil pickup, similar design. And then country tone is usually associated with the bridge pickup. So let's see how we're doing. That's bridge pickup. I've got the tone all the way up. The other thing to get a more country sound is to just pick closer to the bridge. So listen to the difference. So here's more towards the neck. And now here's towards the bridge. Right, so we get more of a brighter, sharper sound, and if I go even closer, it's okay, but it's sounding a little thin, and we could thicken it up a little bit with a little slapback delay. So slapback delay is this right here, where there's a quick repeat, one quick repeat after the note. So that gives it that, you know, that slapback kind of a sound, like old Johnny Cash kind of stuff. And to dial in that slapback sound from any basic delay pedal, you always have 3 knobs. Delay speed, so delay is the speed of the repeat. Feedback is how many repeats you get. And then level is how loud is the repeat. So you want to have the delay speed very fast so that it's just, you know, it's a very quick delay as opposed to Then feedback, you just want one repeat. So instead of you just want So you lower that until you hear one repeat. And then for level, typically about half the volume of the note you're playing is a good place to start. So now another thing that just kind of thicken it up and level out the tone is a compressor. So what a compressor does is it squashes the dynamic range. So instead of having low volumes that are really low and high volumes that spike. It kind of takes the spiky notes, brings them down, and takes the thin notes and thickens them up or brings them a little louder. So that just makes your whole tone a little smoother, which is really great for clean playing, because a lot of times clean guitar could sound kind of flimsy, kind of thin, and that compressor just kind of smooths it out and evens it out. So that's another popular effect. Right, and then no compressor. Right, it's a little thinner sounding. And then from there, if you're gonna add overdrive, just mild overdrive, no heavy distortion. And then if you want more reverb, now on that riff I just played, I used hybrid picking, which is really popular in country music too. And notice I was very close to the bridge. So in country guitar, you hear a lot of these double stops. So playing lines instead of as single notes, they're harmonized, right? Typically you might play the root of a chord and the third below it. That's called a sixth. So even though the chord is G, I'm just playing the root, G, and then the third, B, right here. And there's one string in between. And then I play a melody line where I'm harmonizing the melody line in thirds. Then that's the C chord. Then that's the D chord. Then that's the G chord again. Yeah, and I'm just trying to stay close to the bridge, and I've got the pick and then my middle finger to get the higher string. So pick on the lower string, middle finger on the higher string. So to summarize, everything starts with a good clean tone. A Fender amp is really classic. Also a Vox amp is really classic. But any clean tone, just start right in the middle, and remember that we want it to be bright and to cut through. So if you have a dark amp, turn the bass down, turn the treble up, and go from there. Then we want single coil pickups, and we want the bridge position. Tone all the way up. Then the closer we pick to the bridge, right, when we pick close to the bridge, verse. Right, so just picking close to the bridge can get you a little bit of that sound. So if you have a humbucker guitar and you want it to sound more country, then you really got to get close to the bridge to get that brightness and that tight sound. And then a little compressor just to smooth things out. All right, everybody, I hope you found these tips helpful. If you want to learn more about playing guitar, go to guitartricks.com. At the website, you'll find sequential courses on guitar fundamentals, rock, blues, country, a guitar toolbox, a library of high-quality song lessons, and so much more. Happy playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.